okay, because we didn't have the funds to produce, and they really technically did not receive any enumeration. Did they get a raise? You bet. Take away the 4 furlough days and the additional funds, it almost came out to an absolute flat from a revenue from the township standpoint for your taxes. This year, okay, and I'm an advocate for paying people for doing a good job, to now go back to those people and saying, listen, thanks a lot for last year, and oh, by the way, this year, you know, we didn't hire those 47 people, okay, and we asked you to do double duties, okay. We believed that it was absolutely warranted to give those people that particular raise.
When you said pay into their insurance, is that 1.5% also?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let me put it in a different perspective. The company I work for is in Pennsauken, private sector. They take furlough days every year. They cut back on all their workers to stay competitive, keeping their prices the same, but it had to hit the workers, so they cut back. They haven't had a raise in 4 years just to stay competitive. So, and their health insurance goes up, and it does come out, basically come out of their pocket because they're not getting a raise, so they actually lose money. Same with my husband's job. They actually lose money because he has to pay more into his health care. So, while I understand your reasoning and your feeling for the people that you work with and the people that work in the township, it is not comparable to the private sector.
I didn't say it was.
Well, I understand.
It was a decision that we looked at for the benefit and for the efficiency of running this township.
No, I understand what you're saying, but private sector companies have to do the same thing, or doing the same thing, but yet they haven't been able to afford to give their folks raises to stay competitive.
I have 4 companies in the private sector. I did not, you know.
Okay, well, apparently they all can't.
Well, exactly, and every private sector organization is different. You're quoting, you know, your particular situation, and I feel for that, okay? We're all different in the private sector.
Okay, but I'm
so
just...
we agree that we're different than the private sector, okay? But I think one thing that has to be pointed out, contracts were given to the police, firemen, asked me this, that, whatever, before this thing happened, okay? So you have a group of people that are getting that. We went to our labor attorneys to say, hey, because a few months after that happened, all right, the governor came out, and everybody knows what he has instituted. We went back to see if we could get out of those contracts, because certainly it would have been a lot nicer to give them less than what they were getting. And we were told, because of these being civil service, arbitration, blah, 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 process, sure, that we were going to lose, and it would cost us more for the attorney fees, this, that, whatever, we had to suck it up. Now, we're already making plans, already talking about when these contracts are up, you know, and the other entities know that it's not going to be there. But they were going to get theirs. The people that were non-contractual, okay, didn't get anything near what they did last year. This year, we gave them a little bit. We were able to say thank you. As John said, over the last 3 or 4 years, our workforce is down 47 people. People have to pick up that slack, this, that, whatever. And it was a lot more cost effective to give the people in this building that are doing extra duties, I don't know if it's double duties, I'll use the word extra duties, okay, and doing things, okay, from a compensation thing. It made sense. We're still saving the taxpayers' money, and we know we got to go deeper. All right, we're in talks now with our people, our union people, about concessions or doing things, this, that, whatever, already in the plans. The administrator has already talked to them about doing things and modifying things, because they even realize that we cannot keep on going as they were doing. So we were there, we got to here, we're even going lower. And again, we have other towns calling us up and asking us, how are we making this happen? How are we staying almost $500,000 under the 2% cap? How did you have furlough days without laying off people? Well, we had things were right when people were retiring, we didn't replace them, That's certainly easier than laying off people, this, that, whatever. But, you know, we're going in the right direction, you know. And the private sector has a little bit more liberties than we do too, okay? Being civil service, we're under certain requirements, restrictions, and things. I would like to see the arbitration process get tested very shortly to see if there has been a change, okay, with certain things. But if you're under a contract and you have a good amount of your workforce making this, you have other people because they're non-contractual, I still think, and I agree with the deputy mayor, is they got to be treated fairly. They're out working and doing things. But at the same time, we're all sensitive. It's really difficult out there for the people in this town that have lost their jobs and are having difficulty. It really, really is.
Well, the senior citizens too, that
Oh, it's
haven't
brutal.
gotten a raise in any.
We're not unsympathetic.
I know that.
Absolutely
I'm not saying you're heartless, or I'm just, I guess I see it from a different perspective.
And by the way,
you
I'm
know,
not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong, but, you know, in looking at, you know, the big picture and trying to get the best efficiency with the least amount of people and everything else, I gotta be honest with you. I personally thought it was the right thing to do.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else from the public? Come on up, sir. State your name and address.
Bill Rosen, 7857 Greenbrier Road. Who owns the Pennsauken Marketplace right now? Is there an owner?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
is it Camden County?
Improvement Authority.
Okay. Well, I'm going to make a suggestion. I drive by that every day, and I see how vacant it is. It's a big lot. And you talk to a freeholder and say, let Pennsauken use maybe a third of that lot. And what we could do, and if you're a flea marketer, if you go to the flea markets, you know that the closest ones around here is Palmyra, which Philadelphia, Berlin, and Columbus are much further. There's a tremendous amount of people who love to come and do flea marketing. So my idea is to, and the location of the mart is perfect. It's on 130 and 73. The cost to probably do something to this is, I guess you can make it up with charging for the spaces. You would have to level it, put some lines on it, and rent it. And
Well, Mr. Rosen, I'll tell you what we're going to do, okay, is we can take that suggestion and forward it over to the county, the Camden County Improvement Authority, okay, and to the county, and we can copy all the freeholders.
okay.
I think that's a fair suggestion.
Well, I think it's a way of getting people to, if you got items
And if
and
you
you're
go-
broke,
Hey,
you
listen.
can go and you get goods and buys.
The flea markets are a great place, and I've spent many hours in flea markets along with my wife dragging me along. at
Yeah,
times, so I
okay.
know what you're talking, but they are neat places to go to.
I mean, it would be like, I don't know how they make it, but Palmyra,
I don't know how they do it with some of the potholes.
they even had
I'm
live ordnance from World War I in the grounds. So, and nobody got killed, and thank God they cleaned it up.
Did anybody buy them at all, or nobody bought the
Live
ordinance?
ordnance?
If you pick it up,
You
you
didn't bring
take,
any with you or
It's
anything,
on the
did you?
ground. In fact, you could walk on it. You probably wouldn't know. It was a bump. You put asphalt over it. So.
my luck, I'd go to step on something a little low.
Well, thank you.
No problem, Mr. Rosen, thank you. Anyone else from the public? Seeing no one else from the public, I need somebody to make a motion.
Move to close.
Thank you. Have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All right. I'll tell you what, very educational. Let's see, public comment, committee reports. Mr. Deputy Mayor, John Canone.
Nothing at this time, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Figueroa. All right,
I yield.
you yield.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I think we covered a lot of ground. I want to thank everybody for coming out, and the summer's winding down. Before you know it, we're going to be in fall. So wish everybody a nice, safe rest of the summer. Thank you for your participation and input, and have an amazing night. Thank you so much. Hold on, we got one other thing, gentlemen, I believe. I think somebody has to make a motion that we go into closed session. Does that,
Yeah, resolution of the township to permit the township committee to go into closed session in accordance with NJSA 10:4 4-12B. This is for matters of contracts.
Okay.
Mayor.
Motion, somebody?
So-
Second?
Second.
All right, all in favor, roll call, roll call, please.
Mr. Figueroa?
Yes.
Mr. Knight?
Yes.
Mr. Ward? Yes. Mayor Killian?
Yes. All right, motion to adjourn? Now we have to wait till we go out of close, I apologize. All right, good night, ladies and gentlemen, have a great day. Thank you, gentlemen.